Hi guys, I wanted to give you some feedback in a YouTube video. This is much easier than leaving a narrative in your grading platform. So this looks great. I like the graphics. It's very appropriate. I think it's intuitive, it's informational. I like everything that you've done here. Your referencing looks really great. I think going through here, it looks interesting and people are going to want to look at it. It's colorful. It's not really heavy with a lot of text and jargon. I think the only thing that I wanted you to maybe take a look at is I like what you said here about you choose how you snack, but it kind of doesn't translate well, or it doesn't transfer well into the next section. So maybe you could say how to choose healthy snacks. Maybe that might help me a little bit here, because you do talk about, things that are higher in protein and fiber and things that are lower in added sugar, trans fats, and sodium. I do like that. I think that's really great. So one of the things that I wanted to comment on was in this section down here, and I might go back up in just a second, but you have 5 sections and sodium kind of gets blended in here. So I'd like for you to take another look at this and revise it a little bit, just because it doesn't really, it's not as intuitive as it could be. So you have your fiber and your protein, which are the things that ideally we want them to focus a little bit more on, but be clear on the fiber. Yes, it makes you feel fuller longer, but what are they looking for? And I know that you brought this up here in your graphic. I think that's really great. You should also mention it later on, just as a reminder. So I love that. And you know that that's my thing. So thank you for adding that. No more than 10 grams of added sugar. Protein should be more than 7 grams. I do like how you are referencing. One thing that's a little nitpicky for me, this is very nitpicky, so I apologize, but whenever you have a title, it should either be bold. If you are going to underline it, don't underline the parentheses, and be consistent. So you've done that throughout, but then here it's an extra space. So that's something that visually it looks unfinished. So if you could remove the underscore or the underline from the parentheses and the spacing throughout. I think there was maybe another section where that happened too, but maybe that was it. So your references look really great. The information is clear. It was this section here that I thought felt a little jumbled, and I know what you're trying to do, and I think your intention is really great, but it just looks a little too much. So if you could, maybe take out or shorten, or even make this graphic a little bit smaller. I'm not really sure how you want to do that, but this is a big bulk of what you want to educate your readers on. So it really shouldn't be just kind of an afterthought. It should be a bigger section. And if you need to go on to a next page, that's totally fine. So think about how you want to incorporate that and what information might be beneficial. So I'm just going to scroll up here for just one more second. I do like how you have another website here for them. I would, again, a technical thing, I would move the sodium up above trans fat. We don't really see trans fat in a lot of foods as much as we used to. The other thing, that's important here, as you mentioned, was the added sugar. So the protein and fiber are key, but I would put the sodium ahead of trans fat. One of the other things that maybe you could touch on somewhere in here is how to be mindful while you're eating. So try not to have your phone or be in front of a screen when you're eating. And that maybe can give you some extra information for another page, should you choose to add that from that other section. Something to think about. It's not necessary, but just food for thought. Good job overall, guys. I'm going to give you until Friday at 11:59 p.m. to resubmit. And then we can talk a little bit further on Monday if you have questions, but do get in touch with me if you have questions beforehand. Otherwise, really nice job. Have a good time trying to fix up some of those little things, but overall you've done really well. So nice job, everybody. Take care. I'll see you Monday.